welcome to the Jones Journal presentation of the Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Matt Boggs, here with Jones football head coach Dave Martin. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Guys, doing great. Glad to see everybody this week. Looking forward to our first district game tomorrow night. And just once again, thank you guys for being able to come out and support us and provide this for our community and our school.
Definitely. All right, Coach. So last time out, we did have a tough loss against a real talented Lincoln Christian team, 35-21.
Right.
A couple thoughts on that game.
Well, it's one of those games that, as we talked before, it's why we schedule that, a highly competitive team. And you're going to find out some of the things of where you're at. You're going to find out some flaws. You're not going to get some false readings, in a game like that and know where you're going to go and need to get better. And it's just like I shared with our players is, as long as you learn from a failure and grow from it, it's resourceful. And, the thing about it is if you don't, then, it is more of a deterrent. But I feel like, through our staff and our players, we've made some adjustments and learned from that game, and we're going to be able to grow from that.
All right. Now, you mentioned earlier that we are making the transition into district play. So
Right.
Talk about that, what the mindset change you have, talking to your players and your preparation, because this is the real deal.
Sure. Well, and that all started for us on Saturday morning. After we came up, we went through the Lincoln Christian game and talked about some of the things that we've got to change throughout our team, through some of the personnel and some things that we did very well. It was played a great first half, but we've got to be able to be complete. And those were some of the things that we felt like have got to transition into district play, because we do have to be able to be complete, because they do count. And, we broke it down with the kids, especially just how, district works as far as, tiebreakers and all that. And then on top of it, even in this COVID world, of how some of the changes can be made and those types of things. And bottom line is we got to go out and continue to control our destiny. And how do we control that? We got to go win, and I know that's kind of the simple way, but it's how we put it to our kids and how they are able to perceive it the best is we control our destiny when we have that ability of going out and continue to win district games and not get into those tiebreakers and that type of stuff where you've got to rely on somebody else,
Now, and you've done a fantastic job at that over the years. A little stat here. The last time the Jones Longhorns lost a district game was October 17th of 2014, a game against Seminole. So you're talking about in the 2014 season. So that has been 2,169 days since the last time the Longhorns lost a district game. So tell me about that consistency you've had and that success that you've had in district play over the years.
Well, man, it's one of those things that we don't just hammer home to our kids during football. I mean, it's continually, and really in all of our athletic programs, is what we're trying to battle for is consistency. And you go out and you have those experiences, and that's where kids can see it, when they're actually engaged in that and understand what that really is. But it's also the work that has to be put in to be able to have that type of consistency. And it's not just because, hey, this group had it, the following group is going to have it type thing. It's one of those things to where, you've got to go and earn that each and every week. And, throughout that entire time, there's been some of those weeks that, you do have ups and downs, but you figure out how to, come away with success at the ends. And our kids over the last several years have done an incredible job with that.
Absolutely. So, first district games against Star Spencer, a familiar foe. It's been
Sure.
been a district opponent in the past. Last
Right.
time played them in 2017. Talk a little bit about that game this Friday and what.
Well, and Star Spencer's always going to have a very athletic team, and through the years that we've played them, they're going to have some really good size to them, and some very good speed. It's just where our kids have got to be able to stay on the discipline side, on our side of it, within our task and our assignments to be able to go out there, because I mean it's one of those things where if I get out of a gap or I blow a coverage or something like that, I mean it's 6 points. So we just got to do a good job with these guys and managing it. We've got to manage our personnel, because that's going to be one of those. This is one of those games we feel like we're going to have a big advantage of that, because we're going to be able to play more kids, rotate in a lot of different spots, and have a lot more depth. And, you know, Matt, I mean, that's what kind of comes back to being able to be consistent, is we've been able to do that, you know, and play a bunch of different kids and keep our kids fresher. And that was some of the stuff that we learned last week, too, going back to that Lincoln Christian game of, you know, not rotating our personnel enough and just, you know, being able to play 4 quarters.
All right. Well, good luck tomorrow night, Coach. Any other final thoughts before we sign off here?
Well, you know, it's like you said, we've had a lot of success through our district play. We're really looking forward to it. You know, 1 week at a time, and we're happy to be playing football. You know, and it's you kind of sit there and walk on the eggshells until 7 o'clock on Fridays. But we're 1 week at a time, and just excited about playing football right now.
Well, Coach, thank you for taking the time to talk with us tonight. And the Jones Longhorns and the Star Spencer Bobcats will take the field tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Tim Wallace Memorial Stadium in Jones, Oklahoma. And if you can't make it out to the stadium, be sure to check in the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football, brought to you by Go Wireless. This has been the Coach's Corner.